All right, everyone. So, talking about Warframe Market. This is kind of like the gold standard for trading. Honestly, if you're trying to make a trade with another player and you don't personally know that player, highly recommend using this tool because it has so much information. So let's start with the first thing. So first, you can select which platform you are on. Um, and you can enable whether crossplay offers are visible or not. I have mine enabled. Also, you will need to make an account. I'm not going to sign into my account because I don't want to. We'll just leave it at that. Um, but you will need an account in order to do your own selling. However, buying is really kind of easy. And as you can see, these are like lists that are just going up. And you have want to sell, want to buy. Now, let's say, for example, you were missing a Galatine Prime part. Let's say you were missing a handle. So you want to get a Galatine Prime handle. So we are currently on orders. We're looking at sellers. So, uh, and you have kind of the basic things that a market would have. You have the reputation of the trader. So, like Nitrous Panda is a great player. Ducket Master over here, 7,000 good trades. You know, that's kind of something you can do. And then it has the unit price. So looks like between 7 and 10 plat is the low end, or honestly, the more honest end. Generally, your first 5 or 10 lines is going to show you the range of what it is, because some people who are offline are selling it for 1. So between 1 and 10 plat. The high of 40 plat, I mean, you can see a bunch of the offline people here. 5 plat is a lot of it. And then it has the unit quantity. So that's saying how many of each item this seller has. Um, and then if you want to buy, there's this hyperlink here. You click on it. You type and you just copy paste exactly this into chat and then hit enter. And it's already set up to immediately whisper to that player that you want to buy their item they, that they've listed for that amount. And you're referencing from warframe.market. So it eliminates the whole, well, I'm actually selling it for this much conversation, or this usually goes for XYZ, because you are saying you, this player, have it listed for this price on Warframe Market. So it's a wonderful, you said you're going to sell it for this. This is what you're selling it for, or I'm going to go message someone else, kind of deal. The other thing is that like it has statistics for how much it's traded, and then it has drop sources. Which the drop sources is, I think, a newer addition. It's been a while since I've used Warframe Market. I used it a lot when I was first starting to play because I needed a lot of stuff. After you play for a couple of years, you tend to not need to trade as much just because you get the feel for doing it. Also, this is one of the only ways to make platinum without paying money to the game, by selling things to people for platinum. So the other thing so a lot of people just use this for the prime trading, but you can get individual parts or you can get sets. So like this set's gonna be worthless, but we're gonna do it anyway because it's hilarious. So a Bratton Prime set. I'm betting there's yeah. So a Bratton Prime set sells for 6 platinum, up to probably 15. Again, these people who are selling it for like 20, 40, 50, 100, 180 for a Bratton Prime, like they may be a great trader, but you're not going to get that much for a Bratton Prime. Bratton Prime is like the trash prime weapon in the fact that not a lot of people like the Bratton. It did get a kind of little bit of a boost in popularity, a minor one when the Incarnate came out. But other than that, I like using mine when I'm playing with my friends and we're just kind of messing around. Because it's okay in, like up to level 80 or so. You're not going to be mowing down people left and right, but it's a fun it's a fun little gun to play with. But if you're trying to be serious and do higher level missions, this is not the gun for it. Not unless you've got a really good build, probably a Riven and an XYZ combo. But again, drop sources, you can find a ton of stuff out. Ton of stuff. No sources were found. Um, I'm guessing that means that it drops from too many relics at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. Either that or the veiled relics that it did come from have disappeared. The other thing you can use this for, though, is like finding out about Rivens. So we'll do a pistol Riven mob. Why not? Veiled. Okay. No one show drop sources. So pistol Rivens mod veiled. So these are ones that people haven't they haven't found out the challenge yet. More than likely, yeah, unrevealed. So unrevealed are they haven't found out the challenge yet. Revealed will be they figured out what the challenge is, but they haven't attempted the challenge. And then obviously unveiled is will be for a specific weapon and everything already. But so usually veiled ones, again, this is another way to make platinum. Selling Riven mods. Pistol or any Riven mod really, that are veiled. Generally unrevealed is easier to make work, sell, um, because you know who knows what they're going to get. If they're revealed but not, but still veiled, you could still sell them, especially if it's a really easy challenge. Sometimes like kill 4 people while invisible, find 5 syndicate medallions on your own. Uh, complete a mission without taking any damage. Generally, somewhat like those are easier to complete. Then you've got challenges like make 4 fish catches without missing a single throw that I have. But if you were looking for, let's say, um, Akruva, will it not show up? That sucks. Um, Riven. Okay, it won't show up specifically once. Not sure how you would hunt for specific ones. It's been a hot minute since I've had to look for one. Um, that might be one that's more nuanced. And specifically, like if you have like Riven mods that you don't want, selling them is gonna be a little bit more difficult. But if you're just wanting to trade, don't, yeah, like I said, don't don't reveal them. Just trade them. Anyway, so that's that. We've done sets. We've done that. Mods. Last thing you can get here is mods. And arcanes. 2 things. Arcanes. Okay, so Energize. Arcane Energize is one of, if not the most popular arcane that exists. At Toolkitty Arcane. We'll call it a Toolkit Arcane. Um, and it's super cheap because we just had an event where you could get a bunch of arcanes. This one lets energy come back. Drop sources is from events. And then it's got a couple of places where you can get it. So mission is the Veil Erato. Ratzi. I'm not sure what that one is. But the NPC is the Hydralisk, which is the third of the Eidolon hunt on the Tridolon hunt one. So um, generally not something a baby Tenno is going to do very often. But hey, if your clan or whoever has a team that is willing to carry you and stuff, could be a way to get it outside of paying plat for it. So there's that for arcanes, and then the last one, what's a mod? Oh, it doesn't really matter. We'll do Ice Storm. So Ice Storm is a super, super, super common drop mod. Um, not hard to get at all. It's drop sources. I think yeah, it's just Nightmare mode, rotation A, Nightmare modes. So, but like again, we're just looking for a mod. You can buy them for 3 platinum. I would just farm one up. But again, mods are something you can also get here. The only thing is, in conjunction with Warframe Wiki, you could always look up to see if a mod or a arcane or whatever is not tradable. And there are some rare things like Nihil's Oubliette Key is tradable. Actually, it's a decent price too. Um, Interestingly enough, so you have to have the oubliette to work the key. However, it doesn't need to be your oubliette. It can be in someone else's orbiter, I believe. So that's kind of cool thing. Oh, getting off topic, but anyway. But so things like the key, or like a Stalker beacon, or a Wolf of Saturn 6 beacon, are other tradable commodities. I think. I don't know. Let's check. Stalker. No, Stalker is not. Stalker beacons are not. Are the Wolf? Um. Nope. The Wolf Sledge pieces, which you get from the Wolf Saturn 6 beacons, however, are tradable. So, and some weapon parts are tradable. So, like the Wolf Sledge or the Cinta. Yeah. The Cinta set, which is from Duviri, like those are tradable because these come from puzzle boxes. So, there's a bunch of different things that can be traded. Good. And Warframe Market is here to be kind of a gold standard for trading because you can see what other people are trading it for. I mean, using the statistics. Hey, how many have sold and at what plat point over the last couple of hours or days or weeks? You know, where I get this for myself? It's from Duviri. It should show you that. Anyway, where could I get these for myself? That kind of deal. So, and then there's also place an order, which you have to be signed in for. Kind of just put up. That's more the want to buy. This is more of the look at the sellers versus you can. I haven't really covered it, but you can look at the buyers, and so you could sell by contacting them and go, "Hey, I want to sell this for this." And again, it's that same thing. They've already said, "I'm willing to pay 60 platinum for an entire Cinta set." So it takes away that let's haggle thing because they've already listed the price. So yeah, but that's Warframe Market in a hyper nutshell. Like there's a lot of nuances to it, but it's kind of just if you get into the trading scene, this is where I would go to look for trades, look to see who's trading, and this would back up any trades I made rather than using trade chat because trade chat for as long as I've played has just been a bunch of thieves and liars with a couple diamonds in the rough from time to time. So, am I hyper categorizing it? Sure. But at the same time, most players will also say, hey, what's the Warframe trading list price at? So, anyway, I hope that's been helpful to someone. You know, like I said, this is one of the only ways to get free platinum. Or platinum without paying for it. Free platinum? No. Platinum without paying money to the game. So, like I said, hope that helps someone. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.